Welcome back, everybody, to the weekend show where I'll be doing technical analysis on big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and support the channel, get daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And now let's get right into it. So, market, you can see Dow closes 500 points lower Friday as weak jobs data and new tariff kicks in, and that led to a sell-off. But the market was grinding and going up. We knew that was coming. We just needed a catalyst, and we had the perfect catalyst on Friday, and that's why the market sold off. Now, what the market did on Friday, Dow was down 1.23%, Nasdaq going down 2.24%, S&P down 1.60%, and Russell going down just over 2%. 11 sectors, pretty much everything in deep red. And then we got defensive name, consumer defensive, healthcare, and utilities on top. Stock market map, what do we have here? Well, if you look at my screen, left side of the screen, you can see a lot of red, and these are big names: JPM, Visa, Broadcom, Nvidia down over 2%, Microsoft coming down 1.76%, PLTR, Oracle. Then we got Apple down 2.50%. Look at Amazon down whopping 8.27%, Google down over 1.5%, Meta down 3%, and Tesla also going down nearly 2%. Healthcare names are up in the green, and same thing for consumer defensive. And now let's get right into Apple stock. We need to talk about that one. So Apple stock was up 2-3% after earnings, but it did not last. I mean, Friday this thing got decimated, and we got the indication even before earnings because we had that breakdown from this wedge. But one thing I want to tell you guys, you don't want to buy anything higher. Yes, it did not work out to the upside this time, but again, you're getting another fantastic opportunity on Apple stock if you're thinking outside the box, you're thinking about going a little bit longer than just short term. So Apple getting pretty oversold here, trading well below the lower band right here. And now the critical support, that's 200 to 198, that has to hold going into next week. We get some sort of a counter trend rally, some sort of a relief rally. Watch out now. There will be resistance at 204 to even 206 right here, 50 SMA on this daily time frame, 207. And if we can go past that, it can hold above all these levels, and especially the 50 SMA right here, right here on your screen, you can see 205.28 to be exact. If we can get over these levels, and especially can stay over 207, then you can potentially see some upside. But as of right now, things are not looking good for Tim Cook, and this thing can come down a bit more, easily down to that 198 200 range. And if that breaks and we get a little bit bigger sell-off in the market, obviously Apple stock cannot just move by itself. If the market is selling off, everything is selling off, all the other big names are selling up, Apple will likely to come down even more. And that means one thing, like I said, a great opportunity to buy Apple stock right here, guys. On AMD, it's down 2.61%. So AMD right here at 176, we shorted, and then this thing got up even higher. We added more into our position. 170 puts going deep in the money Friday. That was the first call out on Friday that, hey guys, if you guys are on Apple, definitely take some profit. And now if you look at my screen, it did hold up here at the 13-day moving average, 165-ish, and we got a doji type of candle. So AMD here had that massive run up. I sold shares of AMD, and then those puts also paid. It was really good, AMD, both ways. And now just watch and see what it does. If this thing breaks below 162, I mean, there is a bunch of gaps down here. It can come down. Definitely, the next support would be 158, 20-day moving average, and then this gap right here at 147, 148. To the upside, it can definitely push back up to 174. If we get over that, it can come up and get to 188, and that would be a new high on this trend count to the upside. So surprisingly, Netflix absolutely flat on Friday, and this thing is trying to hold, but it's not holding 1163. And right now it's trading below that. So if that's how it stays, it can potentially come down more, possibly down to these lows down here, 1100. to this lower Bollinger Band 1127. And if this thing goes down even more, which it can definitely, watch out for a retest of 1065 to the upside. Now there will be resistance at 1163. Over that, you're going to see possibly a pump back up to 13 SMA on this daily time frame, which is sitting at 1195 to 1200. That's going to be the upside target if we get some sort of a counter trend rally back up to the upside on Nflx. And here's my X account. And if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And it's totally free. There is no subscription, nothing. I'm not going to charge you guys for asking a question if you have Roy here on X. Now, I want to share some fantastic trade ideas. Starting with this one, right here you can see July 30th. Triple Q was trading at 570, 571. And you can see, I mean, I don't really make callouts like these right here. Triple Q put strike 550, January 16th, 2026 expiration, 100 contracts. You guys can look up. These are not cheap. Fast forward, what happened on Friday? Did we go in the money? Absolutely did. Not only this play right here, that is a long-term play. We got AMD that I bought couple of months ago. You guys can see right here, picked up AMD shares. This is just back in December, and that's how I hold my swings, especially when it comes to something like AMD. And fast forward here, you can see AMD. I got more shares that I bought, especially back in April, and those are holding. Sold about 400 shares on that big pop on uh, that's on Friday. And then we also have this fantastic play on Oracle right here. You can see 250 puts, Friday expiration that also paid. And here's another one, triple QEC right here. That's gonna be right here. You can see took back in 17th of July, and it was 550 puts. It was a short-term play, and we're still not at August 15th. So this one also out of nowhere came back and paid. Here's another one that is with Costco. So a bunch of plays. Last week was great, especially for puts because everything came down and everything paid. So if you guys are really serious about trading, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon, guys. And now if you join, I will be on vacation for a few days, and the next update video on stock market and the big mega caps also will be on possibly Wednesday night or Thursday night. Until then, you're not gonna see another video from my channel. I'll be possibly flying to multiple countries, and then once I get to my destination, after taking some rest, I'll be putting out all these videos. And if you're going and joining, you'll still get access. You just have to, let me know that you guys are interested and you guys got into Patreon and you joined, and then I can give you access and you'll start trading with me very soon. With that being said, let's get right into the market. So Microsoft came down also on Friday 1.76%. I mean, this was a fantastic play that we actually had in mind just after earnings, but unfortunately, I only took two contracts, puts, and pretty much at the top. I wish I had more. I mean, these things went deep in the money. And the same day money, I think two contracts I already made about 12, 1300 just off of two contracts. It went up like 6, 700%, these puts. If I had like 10, that would have been awesome. But, you can't just get everything, right? So here on Microsoft, guys, you can see it's pulling back into an area where, that 520 right here, 518, 520-ish, that could be a strong level to watch right here on Microsoft. If it breaks under, we have a gap down here. Gap fill reversal can act as a support, 516. If it goes below that, 509, and then 506, another gap, that can act as a support, and then flat 500 to the upside. As long as it's over that 5-day moving average, 519 to 520, it can definitely push back up to the upside, up to 537 and even higher in this case. On Google, stock is down 1.51%. So Google also pulling back. We got a gap down, was not able to fill the gap at 192, and now it's trading here pretty much right inside 13 SMA and the 20 SMA on this daily time frame. So 187, it's gonna be the key line in the sand if we get there Monday morning. Below that, 185, and then the breakout retest can happen right here around 182-ish. Now to the upside, if this thing breaks and gets over after filling that gap right here at 192, 193, stays over that, then it's heading back up to 200 and possibly this gap at 204. But looking at the market, it's highly unlikely that at this point you're gonna see immediate rally here on Google stock. But I could be wrong. They had really good earnings, and it can definitely push higher. It has the potential. We just have to wait and see. On Amazon, stock is down 8.27%. So Amazon, I did throw out a play on my last video on Amazon before earnings, guys, and it was right there. We made really good money. At least I did. So if you did, take this trade, I know it was risky, but it did work out really nicely. And that was on this, right here. I think it was on Wednesday where I called it in my video that I'm going to play Amazon as long as this thing opens that 236 238 range, and it did perfectly there. And then you can see, I mean, what happened there, guys. I mean, it opened at 236 after filling that gap, and then came all the way down to 231 230. So it went pretty much in the money. We got out, and then after earnings came out, this thing is down over 8%. So there is support around that 214 215 range, and so far it's trying to hold there. But if it doesn't, then there is a gap at 210 that should act as a support. And then also we do have support at 207. To the upside, there will be resistance at 224. If we can go past that, then watch out for this gap potentially getting filled at some point right here on Amazon. On Tesla, stock is down 1.83%. So Tesla also getting a beat down on Friday and barely holding on to 300. If that gives up, it's heading towards that lower Bollinger Band, which is at 291 and then 280. To the upside, now there will be resistance, and you can see multiple rejection from these moving averages right here, which is at 315 to 316 right here. The white line 20-day and these moving averages 5, 13, and the 50, and they're all negative slope to the downside. It's not a bull trend anymore. So if this thing cannot get past these moving averages, it will possibly come down and retest lower Bollinger Band 291 and maybe even come all the way down to 280. And we do have some gaps down here as well, right here on Tesla. On Meta, it's down 3%. So Meta had a massive gap and go. I think it was up like $80, 76, $80, but pretty much gave up a lot of the gains. And there's a gap at 708. So if the market sells off, I mean, you can see it's holding over this previous all-time high, which is at right here, 747 right here. As long as that can hold, I mean, it looks like it's gonna break. If it doesn't hold that, guys, I mean, it can definitely come and fill this gap right here at 708. So that's gonna be a long way down. It's almost like what, $42 from where it's trading right now. So keep an eye on this, and that's why, I mean, yes, the earnings were great, everything was good, but when the stock is already overbought, how much it can go? Same thing goes for the market. People just kept saying, oh, SPX to 7,000. I mean, come on, give me a break. There is gonna be pullback at some point. I'm not saying that crash is coming like other people. We're not crashing. It just the market was way high, and things will come back when they're just way ahead of themselves. And at some point, you're going to see that pullback. You're going to see CTA taking profit, and these machines when they start selling, they don't have any emotion, nothing. So if you're going in long on top and you think that, oh, I think I got in a good spot, you're not actually, and you're going to lose money. And market is designed for that, to suck money out of retail traders, investors, and that's how it's set up. So that's why I've been warning people in my video that we're not going long, we're not thinking about long, and this is still nothing that we should be going long, at least in near short term, to see if the market pulls back a little bit more, and then we can talk about it. We can think about it and look at the market and say, hey, maybe this is a time to possibly buy some, not go crazy. Like back in April, that was a different story because market was down 26 30%. yes, you can go and buy the market. But now we only got a 2% pullback on Russell, and then Nasdaq just slightly over 2%. That is basically nothing if you compare how much the market went up from April. On Nvidia stock, I was down just over 2%, so nothing big. But the question and the concern here that you can see this trend line since April, it held pretty much every time, right? And now we're pulling back into that trend line. Just like I said before, it's right around at that 171, 172 mark. And if we get under that level, easily can go down to 165 to even 160. And there's a bunch of gaps, small gaps down here. And this trend line breaks means in the short term. Now, if Nvidia bounces from here, guys, then watch out. Possibly we get to see Nvidia going back up to 180. And keep that in mind. I've been talking about Nvidia going up to 180 for maybe about 6 weeks now, or yeah, something like that, 5 6 weeks, and it just continued because wells are targeting 180. What happened? We saw Nvidia going past 180, so you cannot bet against these whales because if they're targeting something, they're gonna take it there. Now I don't know what the new target is. I'm actually leaving for vacation just after this video. I'm making this video Sunday morning, 12 p.m. Eastern time, and I'm leaving around at 3:30. So I'm still putting out a video for you guys, and the next video will possibly come out Wednesday night, if not Thursday night. Regular videos will come out once I get to my destination. So you know. Nvidia, definitely keep an eye on this trend line. If it breaks, that might be an opportunity to possibly start, looking into short positions right here on Nvidia stock. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon in another video.